Hello, how's you here with episode 7 now? Yeah, 7 of Dark Souls on PS3. I probably would do the PC one, but I don't have a PC strong enough to run it, or really anything. So, you're stuck with the PS3 version. Last time we killed the Capra Demon. That was all fun. Now, off screen, I went and did some things. Now, do you remember in Firelink Shrine, I went into the graveyard and a bunch of skeletons kicked my butt? Well, I went back and I obtained a couple of soul things which I've used, so you won't see them. But I got the binoculars, which you just use to look at things. If you have a crossbow, it's a good way to sort of aim them. What else did I get? Ah, yeah. I got a falchion drop from one of the skeletons, which is just a pretty quick curve sword. So you sort of just R1 spam your way to victory, or you two-hand it and you just do that. The other weapons I got were the Zweihander, which you need 24 strength to use one-handed, but if you two-hand it, you only need I think it's 16 to use two-handed. And so it works like this. It also drains a lot of stamina, so with other weapons you might get like 4 or 5 hits, you get 2 with this. And the R2 basically drains all of your stamina, so you gotta make sure you hit with it. But I'm nowhere near strong enough for that, so we're gonna go back to the katana. Yes. I also got the winged spear, which is just... it's a spear. You know. Nothing particularly fancy. It's a spear. But I'm not a fan. Katana's my jam. Oh yeah, it's +5. I'm not sure if I showed that off. If I didn't, then surprise. +5, it now does 183 damage. So it's still weaker than the Drake Sword, but it does do bleed, so it'll take off like 30% health or something after a certain amount of hits, so I'm not too sad. I can't remember if I showed it off, but there was a claymore that you get right near the Sunlight Altar bonfire on the bridge. Like if you rest at the bonfire by dodging the dragon, then you turn around, just outside the bonfire area on the bridge there's a body with the claymore. So there's that. Not much else. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Haven't got anything else. Yeah. So, on to the depths we go. Now, a few things. First off, the depths actually isn't that hard. And to be honest, the boss is actually pretty easy. It's just got heaps and heaps of health. So it's basically a damage sponge. And of course, when you bring in summons, it gives them damage reduction, so it can take a while, let's put it that way. Where are ya? Crap. Almost completely screwed that up. Shit. Okay. Yeah, that sort of flurry attack where they sort of charge at you and swing their torch everywhere. Yeah, that hurts. A lot. Which is not fun, and my dog is being... Dog, what are you doing? Bailey? I think he's hanging around on Mum's bed or something. Sounds like it. Oh, got a humanity. Awesome. Hello, pup. You're not going outside again. Shut up. Anyway. So there's a puppy dog down here who you will want to kill if the lock-on would work. And the butcher's already aggroed. That's not fun. Why are you annoyed with me? No. Oh shit, nuggets. Okay, so that's the butcher. Thankfully I can parry that. I don't know how, but I did. Yay. These are actually women. Yes, the butcher is female. I don't know how that works, but they are. Open this. Grab the large ember. That will allow you to get Andre to upgrade your weapons to +10 instead of +5. And there's actually a very large ember. Imaginatively named, of course. Which allows you to get to +15, which is the highest. Now you can walk through there and deal with walking slowly because it's water, and deal with the dog and the hollow in there, but instead just run up here and just walk off here. Boom. Skipped. There's a butcher up there. Ignore her for now.
You. Here, up, please. You must help me.
So he's a helpless man trapped in a barrel with a butcher outside. Fun fact, butchers eat people. So free him.
I would have been a supper without you. Big thank you.
So Laurentius is grateful because you saved him. He's a pyromancer, so he, I guess, couldn't escape the barrels without burning himself alive. Oh well, he will. Oh yeah, he will actually, crap, go back to Firelink Shrine and sell you pyromancies, which is always helpful. And if you didn't start as the pyromancer class, you won't have a pyromancy flame. He will actually give you one. So that's nice of him. Now walk out here. Second butcher should be rather annoyed that you freed her captive. So stab her in whatever body part that was. Ah, crap. And she will drop her sack. Yeah, I'm gonna avoid the obvious jokes here and just say that once you kill her, grab her sack, take it with you, and you can wear her sack if you want. That sounds so bad. Heal up because I suck at this. Go down. And look, an item. Oh, how tempting. Too bad there's a slime up there, which you can't see. Well, you can't lock onto. So if I can shoot it. Nope. Nope. Oh my god, why won't this work? Thank you. Oh, sorry. Now, these guys, oh my, well, frick off. Slimes are annoying because they have very high physical damage resistance. So the only real way to deal damage to them is to hit them with lightning or fire. I'm not sure if sorcery works. Oh, yeah. The soul arrow thing. When I went back to Firelink Shrine, after I opened the shortcut at the end of the last episode, I had a chat to Griggs of Vinheim, the dude I rescued from that room. You know, the sorcerer who couldn't magic open a door. Bloody useless, by the way. Anyway, I bought that from him just so if I wanted to, I'd have some sorcery. So that's why that's there. Now you might notice all of these slimes on the roof. If you just charge down here, they will fall on you. If you're lucky, they'll miss you. If you're not, they'll drop on your head and do a lot of damage. So let's see if sorcery does something to them. Nope. Okay. They have magic resistance. Great. Yep. Nice. If you mash the triggers and the shoulder buttons of the controller, you can escape. Oh, this is just embarrassing. You can escape their drop attack. Thank you. Just retrieve my limbs from you. That's kind of gross. Anyway, hack away at these guys if you want. Honestly, unless you're trying to farm green, I think it's green Titanite shards and just normal Titanite shards. Unless you're farming those, you really don't have much of a reason to kill these guys. You're far better just sort of using a bow and arrow, getting them to drop, and then just running past them, because... Ow. Because they take so bloody long. And unless you have the covetous gold serpent ring, which increases item drop. Is item drop chance? Yeah. Okay. So this door, usually you'd have to go further in the level and get a key. But... Oh, the cat's vomiting. Anyway, yeah, you usually have to get a key, but if you have the master key, you can just open this. And that was disgusting! Anyway. Light this. And make sure you rest at it. In Dark Souls 2, if you light a bonfire, that will be where you reappear if you die. In this game, they decided that if you light a bonfire, that doesn't count. It's lit, but in order for you to reappear at it, you have to light it and then rest at it. So if you're just going through a level and you just find a bonfire, light it, and then run off, if you don't rest at it, that won't be where you respawn. You'll respawn all the way at the start where you last rested. One level. Let's see, I could copy Mike and do a Zweihander. Because, well, that is kind of fun. But I won't. I will put strength though, because I do want to get... There is one weapon that I want to use, which I can't use because it hasn't dropped yet. Can't remember if I mentioned this last time. Was it last time or the time before? No, it was 2 episodes ago, I think. That sort of faceless, crawling demon thing that could shoot lightning, and it had that weird sort of catch pole thing that it sort of walked around with. The one that sort of guarded the entrance to the forest. Yeah, well, they can actually drop that pole, and it's actually really powerful. Annoyingly though, apart from one of those demons in the game, none of them respawn. Like that one that was guarding the entrance to the forest at the just outside where the blacksmith is, he doesn't respawn. The, what is it, like 4 in Sen's Fortress, that's an upcoming area, they don't respawn. The one in Anor Londo doesn't respawn. The only one that respawns is it's the one on the way to, yeah, it's on the way. It's near the boss of Lost Izalith. And usually you come up to that one that does respawn after you've gone through the entire level. But since we're not playing online, I'm going to be opening the shortcut, which will allow me to go, like, make a beeline and stop an NPC from going completely mad and trying to kill me. Because that allows me to summon him for the final boss, so. Now, we've got the Great Axe back there. Something to note is that if you ever need to farm humanity, if you're running low, just go through the depths, kill the rats. They have a fairly high chance to drop humanity by them, like, just normally. If you get the Covetous Gold Serpent Ring to increase drop chance, and you get that from Sen's Fortress, actually, they have a really high chance to drop it. Also, before I take on these rats, and including that one that just seems to be sliding, your humanity, see how it's 0, in the top left, up to a maximum of 10, it will increase your item sort of drop chance, as well as some resistances as well. Problem is, as soon as you die, you lose them all. And if you don't make it back in time, then that will have been 10 humanity that you've just lost, which is not fun. Sewer chamber key. Now this is the key that you use to open that door to the bonfire that I opened with the master key. It's not far, but the master key does just save you a bit of time. The master key is also very useful for something after this area, let's put it that way. Bollocks. Where's the soul thing? Oh yeah, in this game you can only use one of an item at a time. In Dark Souls 2 you can use multiple of an item and you don't get kicked out of the item usage screen, which is really useful. Was there a thing over here? Can't remember. Maybe? Yes. Oh look, it's a thing. Yeah, I'll come back for you later. Yeah, and in Bloodborne as well, you can use multiple, but you do get kicked out of the item usage screen. So, pretty much every game except this one has had an improvement in that regard. Now, that is a channeler. We had one in the Undead Parish. He buffs enemies. And you know what's really fun? If you don't kill him, and you just like avoid him and go to the boss, he will actually give the boss a damage buff. I wish I were kidding. But he really does. It's... well... I wouldn't say it's unfair, because it just means you really should have explored the area first, and... yeah, oh yeah, also, well, bye. Yeah, just vanish. Okay, cool. The larger the rat, the more health. Like, the small rats take 1 hit, the bigger rats take 2. So, a bit of fun fact for you. These boxes have rats in them. They will jump out and try and kill you. Oh, what a surprise. Oh, what another surprise. I totally didn't see that coming. These boxes are empty, but break them anyway because you should. There's large titanite shard here. Always worth picking up upgrade items, by the way. Now I do want to point out, just while I'm playing here, that you do want to make sure that you have an idea what kind of character you want to play as when you start. Now don't run over these, because that's a hole and you will fall down to an area you do not want to go into. Anyway, because there is no way to reallocate stats in this game. So, if you've gone around and you've leveled up a whole lot of, say, dexterity. Hang on. So there's a giant rat here, we can take him on. We're not going to. We're going to run all the way back. And trust me, you will see why, and it will make sense. Actually, I'll just do that. Save me some time. So yeah, if you've leveled a whole lot of levels into dexterity or health or whatever, and you think, oh, well, that would be a whole lot better served in strength because I want to club people over the head. Well, too bad. You're going to have to make a new character because you can't respec levels. In Dark Souls 2, there are items called soul vessels which you take to the starting area, and a character there will use up one of the soul vessels, but it'll allow you to reallocate all of your stat points. Obviously you can't reallocate the ones you started with, like the base stats for what class you had, but it means that you can go through half the game running around with katanas and whatnot, and then you can sort of be like, you know what, maybe a giant hammer is the way I want to do things, and then you can just go back to the starting area and do that, and then play the second half of the game with a giant hammer. So drop down here, run along here. There's the giant rat down there. Now spider shield. Now, as you can see, it's got the same sort of... You can use shields as attack weapons in your right hand, hence the attack stat there, but that's not important. So as you can see, it does 100 physical damage reduction and 72% fire. But that last line of the description has resistance to poison. Yeah, that's going to be rather important. Let's see. How much damage do we do to you? 48. 59. Awesome. In the next area, there are enemies that shoot these sort of blow dart things at you. And if you don't have the spider shield equipped, they will still inflict toxic to you, no matter what. Now you can do a plunging attack on that rat, but don't bother. Anyway, steal this stuff. Go over here. Steal that. Use the soul. Because you can. So yeah, the spider shield is kind of necessary for the next big area. Whee! Oh yeah, stay to the left, because if you don't, you will fall down that hole and you will land in the next area. Like not the next area, but the sort of, really the basement of the depths. And a bit of advice, you don't want to go there until you need to. So open this door, that's a way back to the bonfire. Pfft, if we need it. So that slime's gonna be weird. Instead, we're gonna take on some rats. Who aren't buffed, thankfully. No, go away. Stop it! I wish they'd stop disappearing through the floor. Now, kill this one. Heal up. Now watch what happens when you walk past here. You get to about here, and then see it's grayed out. That's because there's an NPC invader who appears on this little bar of ground here. Knight Kirk. And he's kind of an ass. How? Everything he has causes bleed. By the way. His shield, if he whacks you with it, causes bleed. His sword causes bleed. His armor damages you if he rolls into you. Retrieve remaining power of Dark Spirit will just give you some humanity. And he will usually drop one of his weapons. So I've got the sword there. Other invasions, you'll get the shield. You don't get his armor until you've killed him in every invasion. And then he appears in a room later on. Now, these are basilisks. Those big eyes aren't actually their eyes. I'll try and show you what I mean. Okay, so those big things are actually fake eyes. He's fallen face down, so I can't show you. But, ignore that. They actually have normal eyes. Just like, you know, near their mouth, like normal. And those big eyes are just sort of fake ones. They're not inherently dangerous. Now, I'll see if I can show you. Okay, so if you can sort of see near where the edge of their mouth is, there's like a little yellow eye. Yeah, that's their actual eye. Now, yeah, they're not dangerous. Like, they're not particularly tough. They don't really do that much damage, but they do breathe out a mist that causes. Is it curse? Yes, curse. And if your curse bar fills up, you get turned into a statue and die. And that sounds bad enough, you know? That sounds like, oh, okay, that sucks. Well, no, it gets worse. Because once you're cursed, when you revive at a bonfire, or respawn or whatever, half of your HP is gone. Yeah. and you can't get rid of it. You have to go find a character that sells purging stones, or wait till much later on. Well, for me anyway, I could go do it right now, but I don't want to. And go find the character Ingwood, and he can break your curse for you, and he even sells a sorcery. I think it's a sorcery that destroys curse. So that's nice. And once you get that miracle or sorcery or whatever from him, then you can break it yourself whenever you want. But as a general idea, you don't want to get it in the first place. Stop it, bitch. Okay. Large soul of a nameless soldier. Here, soldier. Because it sounds like soldier, but it's about souls. Get it? It's not that funny. Anyway. Oh, good. So they're down there. You'll want to jump this if you can. The reason I say if you can is because jumping, you have to run by holding circle, and then to jump, you actually tap circle twice while running. So you have to run and then tap it quickly to jump. In Dark Souls 2, they remapped the controls so that jump was L3, so you can run with circle and then just tap L3 and then you jump. Bloodborne went back to the tapping circle jumping. God knows why, but whatever. Oh shit. Okay, that wasn't fun. Fun fact is these technically aren't the only guys who do curse. There is a boss that does it, but you know, by that point you should have been able to buy either a ring that sort of reduces the effects of curse, like the build up, or if you level up the resistance stat, that should, I think, increase the size of the curse meter. Or otherwise, you can just find a what is it? Rare Ring of Sacrifice. And what that does is when you die, if you're wearing that ring, not only do you not lose any of your souls or humanity, but the rare ring, rarely, that's kind of hard to say in succession, prevents the effects of curse. So if you die from curse, the ring shatters, you can't use it anymore, it's gone, but you haven't lost any souls, you haven't lost any humanity, you're not cursed. Happy days for everyone. And ignore these guys, there should have been one who dropped. Oh, right. Yes. Yes, there was one who dropped. Right there. Son of a... Piss off. Rat, kill him because he's there. This is Domhnall. Doesn't sell that much. Sells gold pine resin, which is good because the upcoming boss is a dragon.
Well, that is a comeback. Not it.
He is kind of useless here, but he will actually relocate to under the bridge near Firelink Shrine. And when he does that, he will actually sell boss armor. So, not all bosses will have their armor for sale. Like, you know, the Taurus Demon and Asylum Demon won't have armor for sale after killing them, but... And neither will the Gaping Dragon. Yes, he has gaping in his name, yes, there are jokes to be made, but, human bosses, really, or humanoid bosses. So, the Iron Golem, after you kill him, Domhnall will sell that armor set. You kill the bosses who are jokingly known as the Super Londo Brothers. You kill them. The one you kill last, their armor will be for sale. Yeah, so some bosses. So anyway, yeah, so Solaire's summon sign is here. Lautrec is here. There's a crossbow there. Bloody useless. This dragon has a lot of health. More now, or more damage resistance since I have these two. You will want to chop his tail off though. Say hello to the Gaping Dragon. Or as I like to call him, Dragon Vagina with Teeth. He's not particularly tough, like difficulty wise. Oh my god. Give me that tail. Oh, yeah. He's not tough if you're actually paying attention. Which, spoilers, I was not. So, the only real way to deal damage to him is to bait him into doing this charging attack. And just... yeah, wail on him while you can. Okay, tail gone. Dragon King Great Axe got. Like most dragon weapons, damage is pretty good for for when you get it, but it gets outclassed pretty quickly. And Solaire's dead. God damn it. Actually, hang on. 1 second. Ah. Right. You're a dragon. Are you gonna... You are. Oh yeah, sure, I'll just waste a gold pine resin while I wait for you to stop moving. So gold pine resin is very effective against dragons. So... oh. He also vomits. And that will do damage, so get the hell away from it if you can. Yeah, so gold pine resin is very effective against dragons. Because it's lightning, and they're weak to lightning. But if you played this game before, then you're probably bloody confused. Because Lautrec doesn't have lightning. So how did he last longer than Solaire, who is a warrior of the sun and fights with miracles that are lightning damage? The short answer is, it's because he never uses them. Like, Solaire has a lightning spear at his disposal, and he pretty much never uses it. Get this, which is just some leather armor, whoop-de-doo. I forget who starts off with that one. Might be the soldier, not sure. Anyway, back to the bonfire. Now that Blighttown key opens these two big doors near where Domhnall was. But in the interest of, you know, trying to keep people actually watching these things, I will do that next time. I actually need to go buy some moss of all things, because if I do get toxic, there is one specific kind of moss that cures it. Yay. So, you know, catch you next time.